Hey everybody, welcome to Kimmel's Irish Pub. Time for another movie review. Tonight's movie, Bring Him to Me. And it's an hour and 36 minutes long. Under orders from a ruthless crime boss, a getaway driver must battle his conscience and drive an uninspiring crew member to an ambush execution. There is a long drive ahead. I don't know. Sorry, that was awful reading. 5.7 on IMDb, which isn't too bad. 2,345 people rated it so far. The one person I recognize in is Barry Pepper. Remember him, seen him in a lot of different things. And Sam Neill is also in it. I don't recognize anybody else at this point. So, I don't know. Low expectations, found it voodoo. But let's see. Let's check it out. I'll let you know. Hey everybody, we're at the credits of Bring Him to Me, and I have to say it was a fun little film. I got into it, I had low expectations, and I think they exceeded my expectations. Especially considering the plot line, which was basically Barry Pepper, the only guy I really knew in all this. He's a getaway driver, and he's a getaway driver for people, thieves, robbers, whatever. They break into, it seems like an art store or something like that, and steal something from there. From what they claim to be like, high-powered people. We don't get a lot of backstory on that, but they felt like they were very high-powered. Anyway, something goes wrong during that robbery. Whatever, they come out, and because of whatever went wrong in that robbery, they think some things happen, some money's missing. So the head boss of the crime organization wants Barry Pepper now to drive the one driver to the boss, where they're basically gonna, assassinate him in a sense. So that's the plot line, and Barry Pepper has to pick him up and take him there, which it seems like super far away. I mean, from daytime to nighttime, although they claim they're still in the same town. But, and they bump into people along the way who reference they're all in the same town, but it just seemed too long. So a little gap there, but the idea is the two of them are kind of like building a relationship or getting to know one another, even though Barry Pepper's character knows where he's taking this guy. He doesn't want to get to know him, but it's happening. So you could see it starting to think when he gets there, what's going to happen, and how's he going to feel about it. That's your whole plot line. Now, the drive, like I said, was really long, but it kept you interested. I wasn't really on my phone that much. I was listening and watching the movie. They do have little pieces throughout to keep you engaged. They go, whatever. There's other characters that are entering. There's other action that happens on that drive, and they also do flashbacks to show what kind of happened during the robbery. And it all leads you to, a certain place. And I, of course, when I watch these kinds of movies, I think to myself, what do I think is going to happen? And I think I did a pretty good job. But, and what I like is I'm not always right. And maybe I'm right, but I'm not 100% right, and there's a lot more to it. I found that, I enjoyed that aspect of it. We get some character development on, a little bit on Barry Pepper, not much, but a little bit more on the guy who's being driven to his assassination, if you will. So there's that. I didn't really care for the overall crime boss. I didn't think it was a good fit. I thought everybody else was pretty good. If you ever seen the movie itself, if you ever seen Out of the Furnace, now it's not as good as Out of the Furnace. I really like that one, and I can't remember his name. I thought I'd remember it by now, but Casey Affleck plays one of them, and then The Dark Knight, Christian Bale, was in that too. So again, not the same plot line, but it's got the same, I'll say, grittiness to it. Again, I'm not saying they're both the same, but that I don't know if it's the cinematography or the feel to it. It had that feel to it. So it's like, because you're dealing with the whole movie's about like bad people. Even if you like Barry Pepper, he's a getaway driver for people who rob other people. You know what I mean? And they just go in to see crime bosses who are going to off other people. That to it. But ultimately, it held my interest the entire time. So I enjoyed it. And I liked what they did, with the storytelling as well as what they chose to do with the ending. Again, I was close, not exactly right. And I also will say that not just the ending, which is usually, there's a little bit, but the final scene. I liked what they did there. So ultimately, a good little find here. I'm probably going to say, I'm going to say at least, I'm going to say a 6. A solid 6 on this one, because it held my interest the whole time. It's not without its holes and its, the issues and stuff like that, and I could go on about that, but I think it's, worth a watch if you like these kinds of movies. It feels like it's been done before, but there's some nuances to it that have kept me entertained. Alright, that's it. Hopefully I was helpful. And if I was, I appreciate it. That's it. Thanks for tuning in. Kimmel's Irish Pub.